Boys by BA. Boys by BA.
Welcome back to another episode of Boys by BA, and I am BA. This is your first time hanging out with us, your first time checking out the channel, and it's in positive, uplifting content that will help you grow as a person. Man, go ahead and click the bell, subscribe to the channel, man. We put out new videos every other week. Come on, say it with me. Every other week. Also, man, look, turn your bell on, man. I'm getting some messages, some texts, some phone calls. Saying, man, I ain't been getting the notifications, man. What's going on, man? Look, turn your bell on. If it's on, just double check. Make sure, man. Because, look, we want these boys to be heard, man. We want these boys to be heard, man. Look, worldwide. So, look, let's hop off into it, man. Y'all ready? Let's do it. So, today, man, I want y'all to think about a time when you were just down. It was just dark in your life. Maybe you lost a loved one. Maybe you got some bad news. Maybe your account was overdrawn by $1,000. Maybe the Cowboys lost again and again and again. I don't know. But maybe you were just down. It was just super dark. It was just super mundane. It was just super gloomy. Okay? So the thought that I want to come from today is leading while dark. Leading while dark. And today we're going to come from 1 Samuel chapter 22 verses 1 through 2. That's 1 Samuel chapter 22 verses 1 and 2. Man, in this particular text, man, we have King David. He wasn't king yet, but he was being hated by Saul. He had already defeated Goliath, and everybody was cheering, David, David, and Saul was hating on him. So Saul came up with a plan to kill David. So in this particular text, David, he's on the run. David, he's not the man right now. He's really at the bottom, the lowest that he was ever at in his life. He was actually living in a cave. And look, this was the first man cave. They didn't have no satellite. They didn't have no dish. They didn't have no Wi-Fi. They didn't have no AT&T. They didn't even have no chairs. I don't even know if they had food. People started coming to David, and David was in this cave, and David was just really dark. It was just really dark in his life, man. So again, the thought I want to come from is leading while dark. So David, he's living in this cave, and while he's in this cave, people started coming to the cave because they heard he was there. And then in the text it says that David became their leader. David became their captain because he taught them how to be men. He taught them how to be warriors. Bar number 1, your brokenness and transparency is the glue that other people need. Your brokenness and transparency is the glue that other people need. I know you're saying, B.A., how's me being broken gonna help somebody else? B.A., how's me being transparent gonna help somebody else? Check it out, man. In the text, David, he was broken. David, he was going through a lot. He was messed up. And if you read in the chapter before this one, David was actually drooling outside the king's gate with spit in his beard. All right, look, that ain't a good look. I don't care who you are. All right, walking around with spit in your beard, and he was pretending to be a madman. He was pretending to be out of his mind. So we know that David in this particular text had it bad, man. But the thing was that he was like, basically, and I'm painting the picture, I'm paraphrasing, hey, look, y'all can hang out in the cave if y'all want to, but it's just a cave. We ain't got no running water, ain't no games coming on. Look, I'm messed up, I'm in bad shape, but y'all free to hang out, okay? And sometimes in life, man, people just try to act like they got it all together. People just try to act like they got it going on. People try to act like they ain't got no cares in the world. But the thing is, look, man, be honest. People want you to be honest, okay? If you're broken, look, people, you ain't got to say, oh, I'm walking around broken, but look, be honest, man. Let people know, hey, look, this is what you gonna get. All right, because we live in a day and time where people don't really say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, this is what's going on. But in the text, David, he was transparent, man. I'm reminded of a time when I was teaching Wednesday night Bible study at UTA. I was teaching an on-campus Bible study, and one of my good friends, man, he was sitting next to me, and I received this text. Again, this is a true story. I received this text from a young lady. This is a naked picture. I mean, all the way naked picture. This was like 1 minute before Bible study. He was sitting next to me. I said, man, look, I'm saying, look at this, man. He looked, so I said, but I ain't even tripping, bro. I said, I'm ready. I'm about to lead a Bible study. I ain't worried about that. And then so I was about to get ready to talk, and he said, why you didn't delete it? I said, oh, well, hey, man, don't judge me, man. I ain't delete it. I was gonna look at it later, all right? But don't judge me. But look, I deleted it, all right? Don't judge me. I deleted it, but the moral of the story is that I was being open with him. I was being transparent. I didn't have to show nobody that. You know what I'm saying? I could have like, hey, I can't wait to get back and see that. And the thing was, from that moment on, we held each other accountable when it came to females, man. We held each other accountable when it came to, hey, man, hey, what we got going on over there? What y'all up to, bro? Hey, watch them hands, all right? So, look, people need to see you being transparent. People need to see that you are, that you're a genuine genuine person, man. That's what's missing these days in time, man. Look, it's so much fake going on. But in the text, David was like, look, bro, I got a bad view of myself and I'm living in the cave, but you're more than welcome. So in the text, it says that the people that came to the cave, they were in distress. They were in debt. Look, let me paraphrase. They was just jacked up, all right? They had a lot going on, and they were social outcasts. But when they came to the cave, David didn't care about all that. In the text, it says that David became their captain. In other words, David became their leader, which leads us to bar number 2. Bar number 2 is you can't control what you attract. Oh my goodness, man. Turn the camera off, drop the mic. We all have attracted some people in our lives where we've been like, oh my goodness, if I would have known they was gonna act like that, I would have never gave them the time of day. If I would have known that they was gonna put me on Front Street every chance that they got, I wouldn't even fool with that joker, all right? But look, bar number 2, you can't control what you attract, man. If David had it his way, he wouldn't have been attracting outcasts and misfits. He would have been attracting soldiers and warriors, right? But the thing is that David, he didn't trip. Because the thing is that David realized that, look, God sent these people my way for a reason, man. How many of y'all ever sat outside at night or been outside at night and you watch some bugs just fly around the light, man? It'd be all kind of bugs flying around the light. Little bugs, big bugs, lighter bugs, all kind of bugs, man. And the thing is that light, it's not doing anything special. It's not talking. It's not walking. The light is just simply being the light. Oh my goodness, you missed it. I don't know where you are, but you said, oh God, why are these people coming my way? Why is this coming my way? Because the thing is that you're the light. And the thing is that being the light, you can't control what you attract. That's why it's important that you make sure that you got it together when people come your way. All right, so David, he didn't have it together, but David said, look, we're gonna get it together. Together, all right, we're gonna get it together. So I don't know where you are, man. You are attracting people left and right, man, front and back. But the thing is that God is sending those people your way for a reason. So in the text it says that David, he teaches them, and he says that they become warriors, man. They become soldiers. He had a small army of about 400 men. And when David became king, this was his personal security. Some of these people also served on his cabinet. So David started from the bottom, as Drake would say, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. So in the text, man, look, you can't always control what's coming your way, all right? So look, so David, he spends time with these guys, he builds them up, he pours into them, he said, hey, look, where you are right now, your condition is not your conclusion, all right? So look, we're gonna get better together in this cave, man. I'm reminded of a quote that says, bloom where you're planted. Oh my goodness, David, he was not only operating in leadership, but he was creating leaders in a cave. He wasn't no mega church. He wasn't no little church on the south side. David was in a cave creating leaders, all right? So look, bar number 3, you still have to lead even when it's dark. Man, look, it ain't always gonna be sunny days. It ain't always gonna be a nice breeze from the east or the west or the north or the south. So the thing is that you gotta lead even when it's dark. And real quick, man, I wanna share this video with you all, man. Again, true story. I wanna share this video with you all about my life, about my wife, and just what we went through after she gave birth to my son. So check it out.
See, to most people, the month of June is just another month. To most people, June is just the 6th month on the calendar. To most people, it's just about Juneteenth. But for me, my June holds a little more weight. So this past summer, my wife gave birth to my son. And after she gave birth to my son, my wife had a number of complications. She was bleeding out, she was hemorrhaging, and the doctors couldn't stop the bleeding. It was so bad that they had to call the doctor who delivered the baby to come back. And here it is, trained professionals, doctors and nurses and RNs and delivery nurses, and they all have this look on their face like, I've never seen this before. So I'm sitting in this room, and I don't know if you've ever been in life where your world stopped spinning, or where you've been in life where your normal was no longer normal, or you've been in a point in life where the blows of life have punched you in your stomach and it gave you no warning.
Come on.
On this past June, I found myself in that very spot. I found myself sitting as the nurses and the doctors tried to work through that thing and figure that thing out, and it was to no avail. And finally the doctor said, I have to get in the OR, operating room, to see what's going on. So here it is, they take the bed and they rush it to the operating room, and I'm sitting in there. I had this high because my son was born, and now I have this low because I don't know what's going on with my wife. And so they leave, I'm sitting there, it's just me. And this nurse comes back and she says, Mr. Moss, we have to do emergency surgery on your wife in order to save her life. I said, save her life? And the doctor said, yes, sir, this is serious. And she walked out. So here I am. It's about 3:40 in the morning. It's just me, no family, no friends. I said, who do I text? Who do I call? So what I did was I went to Hebrews 11:6. It says, it is impossible. It is impossible. I mean, you can't do it. It is impossible to please God without faith. So as we work through the night, and they work through the night, and the doctors come back and say, Mr. Moss, I want to let you know that everything went well. We'll be sending your wife to the, amen? They said, Mr. Moss, I want you to know that everything went well, but there's some stuff that we got to tell you. I said, well, go ahead. She said, well, while we were doing the surgery, we were working through your wife and trying to make sure everything was good, everything was fine with her. But while we were working through it, your wife, she coded on the table. Now, I don't know much about medical terms, so I have to ask, what does that mean? I said, man, what does that mean? She said that your wife died while on the operating table. She said we had to make a decision to perform CPR in order to bring her back. She says that we shocked her once and she didn't respond. She says we shocked her again and she didn't respond. And she said there was a conversation between the doctors and the nurses, and they said, do we shock her again or do we pronounce her dead? And the head nurse said, shock her one more time. So they shocked her one more time. And on the third shock, my wife came back to life.
So look, so y'all just watched that video, man. That was a dark time for me, man. Me and my wife, we went to the hospital, and here I was, she delivered her baby, and she delivered my son. I was like, I was about to go home in a day or two, but no, that wasn't the case, man. It was extremely dark. My wife, she was in the ICU. My son, he was in the NIC unit, and I still have my 16-year-old daughter that was about to start driver's ed pretty soon, and I still have my 2-year-old daughter that I had to find out where is she gonna go for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Where is she going? But the thing is that even during this dark time, God sent people to my cave. Even during this dark time, I still had to lead. So I sat down and I started writing in a journal. I wrote my wife's name first, then I wrote my 16-year-old daughter's name, then I wrote my 2-year-old daughter's name, then I wrote my newborn son's name. And I said, what does everybody need? What do they need? What needs to take place here? Now, it was dark in my life, don't get me wrong, but the thing is that as a leader, you still have to lead even when it's dark, man. As a leader, I'm talking to my leaders right now. I don't know where you are. It's extremely dark in your life, and you ready to say, man, look, y'all can have this. I don't want this. I'm messed up. I'm jacked up. It's not for me. No, look, even when it's dark, you still have to lead, man. So look, during that dark time, man, I was still able, God blessed me. I was still able to lead. I was still able to make sure that my wife had. I was still able to make sure that my kids had. And shoot, I couldn't forget about myself. I ain't even put my name on the list. But the thing was that as a leader, you have to find a way to dig deep and lead even when it's dark, just like David did in the text, man. So look, I know y'all saying, BA, what's the gold bar? What's the gold bar for today? Relax, mucho tranquilo, I got you. The gold bar for today is, check it out. You don't know my story, you just know the chapter that you met me on. Flip your hat back, BA. Say it again. You don't know my story, you just know the chapter that you met me on. So look, man, people, they think they know you just because they met you today, they know you for 2 months. Look, they don't know your story. They just know the chapter that you on right now. We all got a past, all right? We all got a backstory. But again, you don't know my story, you just know the chapter that you met me on. So look, man, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, be true to God, be true to yourself, man. I'm out.